Hey folks, my name is Ryan Johnson. I'm with technical marketing at VMware in the Integrated Systems Business Unit, which is a fancy word of saying the software-defined data center. And I focus on the VMware validated designs, reference architectures, and enablement. So today we're going to talk about VMware validated designs as a reference architecture for the software-defined data center. So first off, what's the software-defined data center? The software-defined data center is where we take all infrastructure and virtualize it, put it into software, and deliver that to IT from IT as a service. And we add policy-based automation. So this is not just compute. This is actually where we virtualize compute, storage, networking, and then provide an automation layer on top of that through a cloud management platform as well as operations management. And then there's the hybrid cloud extensibility, where you can take your on-premises data center and extend that to the hybrid cloud, the public cloud, create that hybridity. So the VMware validated designs, these are a prescriptive approach. You heard this mentioned at the keynote today with Jan Ling. We have a couple different approaches to the software-defined data center, and the VMware validated designs are one of these prescriptive approaches that we've created. So, how do you go about and build a software-defined data center? And there's really three different ways. The first way is you can build it yourself, build it your own. And this is where you take the components and you pick the pieces and parts you want, and you can build your own software-defined data center. Well, that's the build your own. The second is the converged infrastructure. And the converged infrastructure for the software-defined data center is essentially, think of it like a vBlock, where you buy a solution, it rolls off the dock, and you plug it in, and you've got an entire software-defined data center built within a box as a solution. And the third is the hyper-converged infrastructure, where you can take components that are basically appliances and rack and stack and be able to configure these hyper-converged appliances with ease to build your software-defined data center. Now the VMware validated designs really focus on the ability to build this yourself. How can we enable you and give you a prescriptive approach to build a software-defined data center on your own? So the software-defined data center. We've all done compute virtualization, but when you start extending out to the software-defined data center, you look at compute, you look at storage, networking, level layer 2 through layer 7 virtualization for your network. You start looking at cloud management platform, the automation, the operations, log aggregation and analytics. It becomes much more complex. And so we want to provide our customers is a prescriptive way to take all these disparate pieces and put these together to create the software-defined data center. And that's what we've done with the VMware validated designs. So one of the reasons that these are so useful, these validated designs, they're not just developed in a vacuum. These are developed by our experts. And these experts are folks in engineering, technical marketing, global support services, and product management, etc. So we're working diligently to provide these VMware validated designs, and they're going to be used by you. So we create these validated designs with all our components. Now some of the key pieces of the VMware validated designs, as you'll see, are vSphere, vCenter Server 6.0, vSphere 6.0, Virtual SAN 6.1, vRealize Automation 6.2, vRealize Operations, Log Insight, as well as NSX are all part of the VMware Valid Design framework today. So they're developed and validated by our experts, and they're used by you. And then we create a comprehensive design. These are comprehensive system-level designs along with supporting documentation. So we're giving you prescriptive guidance of actually how you can take all these components and step by step build or take the reference architecture and build your software-defined data center. Quite often I see customers who say, okay, I don't know where to start. We give you that prescriptive guidance. It's very comprehensive. It walks you through how do I deploy my management clusters, how do I deploy compute clusters and edge clusters, and make all the pieces and parts of that work together. So they're very comprehensive, and each design is accompanied by reference architectures, and we'll talk about the different types of reference architectures we have today, as well as deployment guides and operational guides. And lastly, one of the most important is that these are streamlined VMware support. Again, I mentioned it. These VMware validated designs are blessed by engineering. They're developed by our engineering and our experts, our integration architects. But another critical piece is we work with our VMware Global Support Services to ensure that all the designs meet and are supported by VMware. So if you call into VMware Global Support Services, you say, this is my architecture, and I'm running based on a VMware validated design. You say, I'm running off foundation design or IT automation cloud single site design, which we'll talk about. they know that you have a prescriptive guidance, and that environment is a fully supported environment. So streamlined support, and you can run your data center with confidence, your software-defined data center with confidence, knowing that VMware support will aid you. So what are some of the benefits of the VMware validated designs? Well, the first is accelerated time to value. Let's give you the prescriptive guidance so you can accelerate the time and get your software-defined data center deployed with confidence at a fast and rapid rate. And I'm making mention confidence. This helps you provide you confidence in your software-defined data center, giving that prescriptive approach to deploying and operating your data center. How do you deploy it? How can I run it? How do I know how to build it? And how do I know how to run the operational tasks throughout the data center? And the last is a system level design. We've taken all the core pieces from the compute, the storage, the networking, and the operational model and combined that together to give you a complete package for how you deploy the SDDC. So how can you access these VMware validated designs? Well, we have customer-facing documentation today that gives you detailed deployment guides, detailed reference architectures, as well as best practices and operational guidance for running the software-defined data center based on the VMware validated designs. And we're working with our professional services organization to create service delivery kits. And this is where, if you don't want to build it yourself, and you can build a software-defined data center using the VMware validated designs, but if you want to have professional services come in and do it, you can actually work with professional services, and they're actually developing service delivery kits that are based on the VMware validated designs that we'll talk about in just a moment, the specific ones. And then, of course, there's also certified partner architectures. The certified partner architectures are where we work with our partners, and they may want to extend the VMware validated design, say to add a different component or piece of the SDDC. Say it was a backup vendor. Instead of using vSphere data protection, you wanted to use a different vendor. That vendor could take the VMware validated design and work with VMware to validate that that is a certified design, and you can deploy that in your environment and run it with confidence. So we have a couple different reference architectures that are available today. The first is the Data Center Foundation. Data Center Foundation is exactly what it sounds like. This is the foundation for the software-defined data center. It's the building block for all other reference designs in the VMware Validated Design book. It focuses on the compute, the storage, as well as network virtualization and monitoring. So in there, we've got vSphere 6.0, we've got vCenter, obviously, we have Virtual SAN 6.1 running, as well as NSX and vRealize Operations Management. And one of the cool parts about this isn't just a simple install. We want to ensure that the foundation is a very highly available infrastructure for your software-defined data center. So all the components that are deployed have high availability and can scale as your organization grows. You can reach the white paper by going to vmware.com/v2d/ vmware.com/go/v2d-foundation. But we also have deployment walkthroughs, which you can reach at vmware.com/go/v2d-foundation-walkthrough. And we'll talk a little bit more about the walkthroughs in just a moment. Extending past the foundation, we have the IT Automation Cloud. This is basically IT Automation Cloud is for a single site, and IT Automation Cloud extends past just the basic foundational software-defined data center, the first foundation design, and we add in a couple additional areas. And those are, we focus on automating and provisioning using products such as vRealize Automation 6.0, so you can create blueprints for the services that you want to run in your data center, so we can create a highly available infrastructure for how you run and automate workloads in your environment. But we also extend monitoring. So we're using vRealize Automation, vRealize Log Insight to pull in and aggregate and ingest logs in your environment, whether it be from your vSphere environment, NSX, happens to be from VRA, using content packs to ingest, so you can actually run the software-defined data center and be able to look at all the logs for the software-defined data center to help you get to that last mile of root cause. Well, this white paper is available. The white paper for the reference architecture is available at vmware.com/go/v2d-itac-single. And if you append a walkthrough, you'll actually see a walkthrough for this. So what do I mean by a walkthrough? So the technical marketing team and the engineering, we worked on creating deployment walkthroughs and operational walkthroughs. So if you go to featurewalkthrough.vmware.com, you can access and click on VMware Validated Designs. Here you'll see a couple different options under VMware Validated Designs. And you'll see an introduction or overview of what the VMware Validated Designs are. You'll see a link to the foundation as well as the single site IT automation cloud. And these are actually giving you prescriptive guidance. You can follow these walkthroughs all the way along and build a software-defined data center. So if you've got a lab, at your location, and you have never seen a software-defined data center been built from end to end, this is your opportunity to follow along. We give you prescriptive guidance. You'll see the software-defined data center be built from the ground up. We provide you lots of different information. Again, you can see the foundation, you can see the IT automation cloud, and you can start a foundation building your software-defined data center. We give you diagrams, we give you requirements, we show you example worksheets, but we also show you the step-by-step nature of actually installing things such as if you've never installed NSX, right? If you've never installed the NSX manager, the controller, you've never configured logical networking in NSX or the edge gateways, we give you the opportunity to see how that's done for the software-defined data center. We also provide you step-by-step guidance of how you deploy vRealize operations in a highly available environment behind NSX, as well as vRealize operations, log insight behind NSX, edge gateways, and vRealize automation in a very highly available deployment with VRL. Along the way, you'll see diagrams and process workflows. We'll take you step by step through the entire process so you'll know exactly where you are in the process. So to learn more, you can go to vmware.com/go/v2d to learn more about the VMware Validated Designs. We have links to the white papers, we have links to the deployment walkthroughs. We also have links to the early access program. You can access the early access program by going to vmware.com/go/v2d-early access and sign up in the VMware communities. This gives you access to the documents as they become available, or early versions of the documents before they are public. And also you can visit blogs.vmware.com to learn more about the VMware Validated Designs. Me and my team, we post often to blogs.vmware.com/rethinkit. And again, check out the VMware Validated Designs for Data Center Virtualization Foundation at vmware.com/go/v2d-foundation. Grab that reference architecture paper, go to the walkthroughs, and learn exactly how you can deploy the software-defined data center step by step. And extend past there to go to the single site IT automation cloud. Extend using vRealize operations and log insight, as well as vRealize automation in a highly available, redundant environment. That's a quick introduction to the VMware Validated Designs. Thank you for your time.